Hello friends, welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to do a top-down analysis on the GBPJPY pair, and we are going to start our analysis from higher time frame, which is monthly time frame. Then we will go down to weekly, daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour and 30 minutes time frame. On the lower time frames, 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, we will talk about the intraday and the scalping setups in the direction of the higher time frame. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Now we are going to start with the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, guys, as we can see that there was a resistance right here, price broke and close above. Then we have the last monthly candle close bearish, respecting that support. So this month we were expecting, as long as we respect the low of the previous week monthly candle, we expected the price to move higher to the next resistance. And as you can see, the first resistance is right here, and then the second resistance is right here, and then final resistance is right here. So we expect the price to move higher. We expect the price to move higher, something like that. And if we get a further close, then we can expect the price to move higher to the next resistances, like that. That is something we are expecting now on the price. So that's it. If that doesn't happen, and suppose we get a bearish candle closure, then what are we expecting? Suppose if we have the current monthly candle, suppose we have the current monthly candle close bearish, right? Something like this, below this support, then in that situation we will expect the next monthly candle to open, make a top wick, and come to the low of the range, to this area, because this is going to be the main support. So this is something we are expecting, but that is what we are expecting after the closure of the monthly candle. And we know that the current monthly candle is still in progress. So I mean, there is nothing more to think about it. Let's go to weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, now let's see what's happening on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frames, guys, as we can see that there is a resistance right here, and as we could see that the this weekly candle closed above the resistance. So in this situation, guys, I expected the price to made a bottom weekend move and fill this whole range, which never happened. I expected something like this, but that never happened. And but what happened exactly? The price came below, broke the low of the previous candle and came down. So right now, if we just look at this weekly candle, it is something we have a huge rejection to the downside. At the same time, it is a bearish candle. So again, I mean, there are two things that can happen. So if we respect the low of the previous candle and break the high of the previous candle, then we expect the price to move to the next resistance, which is right here, into these wicks, as long as we respect the low of the previous candle. If that doesn't happen, and and we do not break the high of the previous candle, and we get some closure, suppose we get some closure, we get a next weekly candle closure, something like this, a strong bearish candle, then we expect the price to make a top wick and move to the support, which is right here. But that is, we can expect a strong bearish closure at this resistance area, right? Note now. So I mean, there is not a clear picture what's going to happen on the weekly as well. So let's see what's happening on the lower time frames, daily time frames, what's happening on the daily. Now on the daily, if we see the price close bullish at the support, if we talk about, there was a resistance right here, which is respected multiple times as well. If we see here, this was also a resistance. As we can see, previously when the price was going up, we found resistance. Price was going up, we found resistance. Price was going up, we found resistance. Here we did not found a break through the resistance. Right now price closed below this support and now close back into the range, or you can say close above this resistance. So now once we as I mentioned, as I always say, once we break and close above our resistance, we most probably going to go to the next resistance. So as we can see, this was the resistance, price broke and close above the resistance. So now we expect the price to move to the next resistance. So this is going to be what we are going to expect right now. Let the price open. We want the price, as long as we respect the low of the previous daily candle, we expect the price to make a bottom wick anywhere into this area and move to the next resistance like this. And if we get a further close over that resistance, we expect the price to move to the next resistance, something like this as well. So this is going to be something if we go bullish. If that doesn't happen and we get a bearish closure, so what's going to be, what about that situation? That can also happen, guys. In that situation, about the downside, we are going to move our support to this area, because recently what happened, the price was coming below, was coming down, and we found support right here. So this is going to be the latest support. So in that situation, if we have to look for shorts, something, then what we are expecting, we expect the price to give us a close below this recent support. If we get a close below the recent support, we can expect the price to move to the next support somewhere into this area, and finally into the next support like this. So this is something we can expect if we go down and get a closure below the support area. So that is something on the daily. Let's see what's happening on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, if we see, we have a resistance right here. Now if we see, guys, here we have a resistance, recent resistance right here. But if you look at here, there is one more resistance right here. And if you look beyond that, there is one more resistance here. So it's better to put the resistance right here, right? So in this situation, what we want, we have resistance right there. What about the support? So as we can see, the last 4-hour candle closed bullish. So we already made a support right here. So we have like, what are we going to expect from the price right now? So if we like to look for the long trades right here, I think I was expecting a strong bullish candle. So if we get like a strong bullish candle here, maybe the next candle like a strong bullish candle, something like this, then definitely, as long as we respect this low, so then definitely I would like look for the long trades in order to fill this range, something like this. And if that happens, and if we get a closure above this resistance, then we can expect the price to move to the next resistance, which is right into this area, something like this. If that doesn't happen, now let's talk about the downside. If the price go bearish, that doesn't happen, and the next 4-hour candle give us a closure like this below this support area. So in that situation, we are expecting the price to move to the next support, and the next support can be this area, this area. I think this area is going to be a good support area, and then the final support is somewhere right here. So we can expect the price to move to the next support area, something like this. So this is going to be something we are expecting, depending upon how we get closures on the 4-hour candles. Let's see what's happening on the 2-hour candle. On the 2-hour, we have a resistance right here, and we have a support right here. So this is going to be more like the 4-hour thing. If like here, in order to go bullish, I am expecting the price to give me a strong bullish candle at the support, because this is the support area. Then I can expect the price to move to the next resistance somewhere into this area, and if we get a further close above that area, we can expect the price to move to the next resistance, something like that. If that doesn't happen and price give us a bearish closure below this support, then we expect the price to move to the next support, as we can see, which is right here, and to the next support maybe right here, and the final support right here. So we can expect the price to move to the next support if you get a bearish closure below this area. This is something I'm expecting on the 2-hour chart. Now let's see what's happening on the 30-minute and 1 hour. Now on the 1 hour, if we see, there is a resistance up there, yeah, definitely, and if we see there is a support right here, and let's see what's happening on the 30-minute as well. So 30-minute is also like more or less the same. There is a, we can move the resistance to this area, but we have another resistance, so it's like a little bit choppy here. I mean, we have the resistance here, we have the resistance here, so I mean it's much clearer on the 1 hour chart. I believe we can put our resistance right here. So anyways, this is a resistance area, we can put it anywhere, and so this is going to be the support. So what about the long and the short trading opportunities on the I mean 30-minute, as we can see, is a pretty much choppy onto the downside. We have multiple supports here into this area, so I think it's a much clearer on the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour, in order to go long, what I'm waiting for, same like on the 4 hour and the 2 hour time frames, I'm waiting for a strong candle closure here. And before doing that, let's just zoom in. So let's get closure and see that it looks like we have a kind of resistance right here. So what we're going to do, we are going to make it a support and a resistance, and if we see it on a 30-minute time frame as well, we can move it right here. So what are we expecting if we get like on 30-minute time frame, if we get a bullish candle closure above this resistance, something like this, then we can expect the price to make a bottom. We can move to the next resistance like this, and if we get a further close above that resistance, we can expect the price to move to the next resistance, something like that. If that doesn't happen, and if we get a bearish closure below this support, as you can see, this has been a support. So I'm talking about the 1 hour and the 30-minute both, because the chart is similar. So if we get a bearish closure like that, we can expect the price to move to the next support, something like this. As we can see, this has been a support area right here, so this is something we are expecting from the price if we get a bearish closure on the 1 hour and the 30-minute on GBPJPY. So that's it, guys. This was the analysis on the GBPJPY from monthly to 30-minute time frame. I also discussed about the intraday and the scalping setup that I'll be waiting for if they play out. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you really did like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel in order to support the channel and YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much. See you in another video.